Hello again, and welcome to another episode of Fantastic Five, the show where we set the world straight on the correct order to put 5 things. This week, we're taking a look at the biggest deaths in DC Comics history. Even the worlds of superheroes can't escape the reality that sooner or later, death touches us all, even if your universe's version of death looks like this. And even though most comic deaths are about as permanent as an ice sculpture, this week we're exploring the ones that had the biggest effect on the DC universe. Number 5. Sue Dibney. It seems really novel now, but a lot of comic characters used to have happy, loving, long-term relationships. Crazy, right? One of the most loving and well-adjusted was the relationship of the stretch-tastic detective Ralph Dibney, the elongated man, and Sue Dibney, solving mysteries while they saw the world. What a wonderful life for a couple in love. Though she had no superpowers of her own, Sue was respected and treated as an equal by the Justice League, and was loved by comic fans who didn't mind their heroes being happy. Then 2004's Identity Crisis, aka the worst thing DC's ever published, happened. I'll spare the details, but the miniseries used the death of the pregnant Sue as the catalyst for a mystery that made no sense and set DC down a needlessly dark path that they're only now beginning to break free from. Number 4. The Flash. It's been said that Barry Allen's arrival as the new Flash in 1956's Showcase number 4 signaled the beginning of the Silver Age of comics, so an argument could be made that his death in 1985's Crisis on Infinite Earth was that era's end. I know some people will say it ended earlier, but there's a kind of poetic narrative I'm trying to establish here, so just go with it. With the fate of the universe at stake, the Flash ran faster than he ever had against incomprehensible cosmic forces to destroy the Anti-Monitor's mega weapon, the antimatter cannon. The race against time claimed his life as he aged away to dust before shocked readers' eyes, but his sacrifice saved countless lives and inspired the legacy of Flashes that would follow in his footsteps. Number 3. Supergirl. Numerous characters died during Crisis on Infinite Earths, but only one death could overshadow the Flashes, and that was the death of the Girl of Steel. Supergirl launched herself into mortal combat with the nigh-unstoppable Anti-Monitor to give her fellow heroes a chance to escape and regroup. Supergirl's death and Superman's resulting grief and mourning were literally the saddest things I'd ever seen in a comic up to that point, if not one of the saddest things I'd ever experienced, period. I'd seen heroes mad, or upset, or even sad before, but to see Supergirl's friends and family so overcome with grief as she slipped away had an emotional weight that few comics have ever matched. But perhaps the saddest part of all was that in the new DC universe that followed, Supergirl had never existed, so not even those closest to her remembered her or her sacrifice. Number 2. Robin. The second Robin, Jason Todd, met his unfortunate demise partially at the hands of the Joker, but more accurately at the hands of comic fans, who called a 1-900 number to vote for the young hero's death. Even though there's controversy and maybe a bit of urban legend over the accuracy of the voting due to the incredibly slim margin of the outcome, and rumors of one very determined Jason Todd hater calling hundreds of times, the importance of the fact that readers actually got to decide the outcome of such a monumental moment in the Dark Knight's history can't be overstated. Batman's failure to save Jason in time would become a defining moment for the character, in both the real and fictional worlds he inhabits, and alter the Batman and Robin dynamic forever. And number 1, Superman. After absolutely decimating the Justice League, there's only one hero who can possibly stop the unyielding engine of destruction incarnate known as Doomsday. And that hero is, of course, Superman. Whether you're measuring by the effect it had on the fictional DC universe and its characters, the attention it got from the many mainstream media outlets that had previously never thought of mentioning comics, or the massive impact it had on the comics industry itself, without question, the biggest death in the history of comics has to be the death of the first and greatest superhero, Superman. Even with the story being called The Death of Superman, comics fans were dubious that DC would really kill the Man of Steel, and non-comics fans couldn't believe that the quintessential superhero could actually die. But DC delivered and actually offed their number 1 all-star. Thankfully, he got better. Thanks for watching this episode of Fantastic Five. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to Comics Alliance, and check out comicsalliance.com for more comics awesomeness.